Hello everyone. Wow, some really interesting things are happening that I don't quite understand. But anyway, I just want to show you this book that I discovered last night. It's called Electromagnetism and Life, published in 1982. And in this book, they talk a lot about research the um, on birds and bees and wires and antennas. So for example, a little group of birds, they could fly without the antenna activated. They could fly in a certain direction. As soon as they activated the antenna, the birds were immediately affected, and also bees. So in this book, it's only 150 pages, 156 pages. You can read about their experiments, and it really ties into a lot of things that are happening right now, because I don't know if you know this, but Joseph Delgado said that the masses, the people, the population need to be controlled by kind of a psychosurgery, and we are electromagnetic beings, and science has definitely come to the point where they can manipulate our electromagnetic processes. So people need to be aware of that, because this is true. And if you're having some kind of problems or feelings or whatever, this could be related to this. So you owe it to yourself to read a book like this, or at least keep up to date on what science is doing. Okay, something else. Okay, so maybe you have to get this book yourself, because it takes a little time to go over it. So another thing that I wanted to show you, which is very, very interesting, is that I got an email from someone, and I got an email from someone, and I'll just show you. And the amazing thing about this email is that, here it is, okay? Video response to Silver Sun and the Scary Carrington event. So I opened the email, and this person sent this video. What are they hiding on the morning of April 9th? So I wanted to see my old video, and actually I didn't click here first. I didn't even think about that. I just went to my YouTube channel, and I looked it up, and it wasn't there, and I couldn't really quite figure that out. How could my video not be there? So here's where I went. And so my video here says April 9th, right? April 9th. And I was looking for April 9th, and it wasn't there. I went back a little bit later, and I found it here, April 10th. How can this be? But really, it wasn't there a little while ago. I don't care if you believe me or not, but it wasn't. So then I found I went back to my email, and I clicked on the link that it said a video response to my video, and I clicked on that, and I found it. And look, April 9th. Now, why is it April 9th? So how could it be April 9th on YouTube and also April 10th? I don't know. Maybe just a glitch, huh? So something else that I want to show you is this guy. His name is Andrew Hessel. Okay, Introduction to Synthetic Biology. Okay, now this is not lined up to where I had it originally to show you, but the end of this is worth watching, because he talks about how teenagers are involved, how it's an open do-it-yourself biology. The Department of Homeland Security, FBI, CIA are in on it. They want to direct it for defense. And Okay, this is 2009. Synthetic biology is in our environment, and we are electromagnetic, and there is something about the synthetic biology and the electromagnetic waves that HAARP can produce. And if you want to know a little bit about HAARP, you can go here. You can look at the webcam for HAARP, and you can look at their questions and answers. But HAARP is a lot like, if you look at these questions and answers, it reminds me of Monsanto. If you go to Monsanto, they'll say how wonderful GMOs are and how they're going to save the day and, you know, produce crops that can end hunger in the world, but they probably have some electromagnetic frequency also. I don't know how they do it, but everything is energy. And, you know, HAARP, they say that everything is safe and it's no problem. But if you watch some documentaries like Angels Don't Play This HAARP, etc., they can heat up the ionosphere and lift it up and make it, heat it up with microwaves. And microwaves do a lot of damage or change and affect living things and everything about them. Okay, so that book again. Okay, listen to this guy, Andrew Hessel, just for a second.
Or chemical restriction that doesn't permit the creation of new species or
new species creation.
Ooh. Is there any limit to, the question was, is there any limit to what you can make with this technology? And go out and look in nature, and we've got about 2 million species, you know, of all shapes and sizes. Those are each applications. And the evolutionary biologist types will tell you that's just a small sampling of what we had over the last 4 billion years.
The last part of this, from 55 minutes or so, is really good to watch. So don't have time to watch that, but go and watch Andrew Hessel, and you can also watch, okay, this guy, this is a young guy at TEDx in New York, and he says how wonderful it's going to be, you know, synthetic biology. We can create personalized medicine and all these protect crops so that we have enough food, and it always sounds so altruistic. But what happened to the crops? Okay, this is May 11th, 2012, because look, Obama, what he has to do. He has to, I mean, there's drought, and he has to bail out everyone, all these places. And who knows if they didn't do the drought on purpose because of HAARP and the capabilities they have with weather control. So just want to make you aware that synthetic biology is really happening. Here's Andrew Hessel again, his latest article, Programming the Living World. And they want to program everything, everything. And this guy even talks about programming Mars to become like Earth with water, and, you know, with the do-it-yourself biology, there is really no regulation. Really no regulation. And so when he talks about personalized medicine, what about this? Meningitis, custom made, because they are, so what are they doing? I would be careful about getting vaccines. They're not like they once were, because people are experimenting. They're not tested very much. They're creating diseases and all this sort of stuff, and then they create the vaccine, and it's just like so out of control. Pray, you guys, pray over everything, because you will be safe. If you're aware, I think you'll be safe. And then here are all the chemtrails. This is just today. I mean, this is page 2 of the chemtrail page. There are so many, and there's the guy Censored Skies. And then there's another guy who is Thumbs Are Handy Things. He talks about the MRI in reverse in the sky. But he never has comments. He disables comments so you can't ask any questions, and it's very, I wish he would be a little bit more teachable, because I would like to learn too about what all this is. But definitely synthetic biology and electromagnetism is involved. Guaranteed. So, Ingo Swann, the title of this video right now is "The Future is a Nervous Frontier." And Ingo Swann is a remote viewer. I guess a lot of people don't like him. I don't know. Ingo Swann. And, but you might want to listen to him, because we are getting information from outside of us, I believe, through a electromagnetic field that contains information. And besides that, if thought is the only reality, then nothing is real. But we can edit what comes in and what doesn't. And, well, that's a whole nother topic. All right, here's another guy, George Church. Heck, why not make ourselves virtually immortal? Here's Regenesis. So he, in this little interview, he talks about some things that could go wrong. It's not all super safe, but it's happening. And when you think about teenagers doing it, that's kind of creepy. Okay, let's see. Well, I guess that's it. So I suggest that you think about synthetic biology, educate yourself about that, what's going on now, because some of these things are a bit old, and day by day, moment by moment, things are speeding up. And if anybody knows why this reappeared, and it reappeared April 10th, but my other video says April 9th on the publication date. Why is that? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on it right now and see if it says April 10th or April 9th. It says April 9th. Oh well. So it just must be the way it works. Okay, so God bless everyone, and here's that book again. So if anyone is so inclined to read it, but look, okay, I'll just show you really quick before the time runs out here, where growth effects, electromagnetic energy, the restoration of partial limb regeneration in mammals. See, definitely DARPA is interested in this information. This was 1982, so I think if you like reading things like this, you will love reading this book. I haven't read the whole thing, I just glanced, because it's tedious for me. I'm not a scientist. Here's some how they did the experiments with frog legs and electricity. And remember, we are electromagnetic beings, beings of light and photons, and all this energy that is around us is affecting us, and it can affect us in certain ways that can be directed. Okay? So here is, see, all of their references are like from 50s, 60s, 68, 70, and quite fascinating. So believe me, are the powers that be really know and want to take over information. Like Jose Delgado, he wanted people to be controlled with psychosurgery or somehow. Okay, thank you for watching. God bless you. Stay safe, be aware, and Have a great day. Bye for now.